build quality has become such an important factor these days, not only for car makers, but for we, the public. We want the solid, reassuring thud of a door. Dare it be said, at the moment, that's not what you get with the Mercedes A-Class. It just doesn't have a Merc feel to it, whereas the A2 has an Audi feel to it. And in my opinion, at the moment, nobody builds cars better than Audi. Lightweight construction is what this car is all about. Audi's space frame, first used in the superb A8, goes to the masses in the A2. An aluminium body contributes to over 40% weight saving compared to if this car had been made from steel. That's a weight of just 895 kilograms compared to the A-Class, which comes in at nearly 1100 kilograms. Dimensions indicate that the A2 is longer but narrower than the A-Class. And that extra length means more boot space back here. The A-Class has been criticised for not having enough. The A2 gets 390 litres of space like that, or 1,085 litres with those seats folded back down. And remember, this car is shorter than an A3. Now, interestingly, the A2 has been designed to seat just 4 people with individual sculptured seats here in the back, using what Audi call their space floor concept. What that means is that the rear footwells have been set lower than the front ones, thus creating lots of space and lots of headroom too. Inside on the move, the view from each of the seats is absolutely excellent. And what a lot of people buy these sorts of cars for, of course, is the high-up driving position. And it just gives you such a commanding view of the road. As you can see, there's lots and lots of headroom, even for somebody like 6 foot tall like me. I guess the main rivals for the A2, well, of course, would be the Mercedes A-Class, but you've also got to look towards something like the Vauxhall Zafira, the Mazda Premacy, Fiat's Multipla, and Renault's Scenic as the most direct rivals. So just who would buy this sort of car?
I think people who will be interested in the A2 are people who don't want to sacrifice any of the quality that they would expect from an Audi and the prestige elements of Audi, but also a car which is packaged in a more compact way than we have introduced a car in the past. So it's very good space inside for the exterior dimensions. It makes it a very nimble car, fun to drive, and without compromising on comfort, security, safety and luxury.
Final specification has yet to be decided for the UK cars, but expect to see electric windows, height adjustable seats, ABS brakes, alloy wheels as standard, and of course the ubiquitous cup holders. Before we arrived here in the south of France to test the A2, there'd been some criticism back home in some magazines that the A2 suffered from excess noise and a harsh ride, and wind noise coming into the cabin when you were cruising at about 70 miles an hour on the motorway. I have to say that I can find no trace of that whatsoever. We're cruising right now at about 70 miles an hour. It's as quiet as anything. There is no wind noise from any of the pillars, particularly around the A pillars where you would expect it to come in. It is very quiet.
Audi's philosophy is always, Forschung durch Technik, is looking for new ways of doing things. And I think this is another good example of not accepting that that's the way to build a car. A car being built with normal steel construction isn't the last word.
So at the end of the day, aluminium like this normally wraps up turkeys. But I think the A2 is anything but a turkey. There's no doubt that the A2 is a revolutionary car, and Mercedes-Benz with their rival, the A-Class, could be well and truly foiled.